Oh, hey there, broskies. How are you doing? Today I'm going to show you how to play Young by Vacations. So this song is truly an indie classic. It's one of my favorite songs. I wanted to do a lesson on this a while ago, but I wanted to get it perfect, so that's why it took a bit longer to make the lesson, a lot longer. Yeah, I will show you every part of the song, of course. I will first play it for you and then explain everything in a lot more detail, which can be useful as there are some tricky parts in this song. Before we get into the guitar lesson, I want to give a huge thank you to Skillshare. Skillshare is this wonderful online learning community where you can take a huge variety of classes on a huge variety of topics. They have classes on arts, on filmmaking, on finance, on productivity, on music and music production, which I'm very sure you will enjoy. I myself recently took a class that was given by Focus, who is this Grammy Award winning producer, and in this class he talks about how he collaborates with artists as a producer. So he gives hands-on tips on producing as well as on how to collaborate with other artists. A huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, that really helps me out. And the first 1,000 people that use the link in the description will get a free premium trial, so that's free, so please check it out, that would help me out as well, and I can only recommend it. And Skillshare is also quite cheap. It's only less than $10 a month if you go for an annual subscription, and it's definitely worth the money in my opinion. Okay, now let's get into the guitar lesson. So the song is just in standard tuning. You do need to put a capo on the second fret, but yeah, let's get into the song now. So the song can be quite tricky. Let's first look at the chords, and then at the strumming pattern, and then at the riffs of the song. So the song uses 4 types of chords. This 13 chord that you play like this. So you have to bar your index finger over the first fret if you use a capo, and then ring finger, 3rd of the A string, middle finger, second fret of the G string, and your pinky on the third fret of the B string relative to the capo. Like that. There's not really a different way to play this. Yeah, you just have to try it. Try to move your pinky, try to move your temper around if it's difficult, or move your guitar more vertical, but that can help. So that's the first chord. Then we have an A minor 7 or minor 7 chord, like this. Again, you have to bar your entire finger over the frets, so you can sort of keep that going on all the frets. So from this to this, your fingers can stay on the fretboard, your index finger. And then the A minor 7 played like this, ring finger over here. And that those chords repeat themselves. And then another way he plays the minor 7 chords is like this. It's the same chord, only using less notes. So like that. And he uses that for the B minor 7 as well. Be aware that you mute the A string when you're playing this chord, and the E string as well. I have a video on that called How to Mute Chords or something like that. That can help you. So then for another chord that he uses is a D13, which is the same as this chord, only at a different spot. Oh wait, and then there's another chord which is a D7, played over here, and he also does, but I will get into that when we do the strumming pattern bit. There's another chord that he plays. So again, you bar your index finger over the A to the E string, and then ring finger over here and pinky over here, like that. You know, these bar chords can be quite tricky, but the more you do them, the better you'll get at them. And don't be too strict on yourself. It doesn't have to sound brilliant, those bar chords, if you're just beginning. So the strumming pattern can be tricky as well, but it's sort of the same throughout the entire song almost. So once you get it, you get it. Okay, I'll play it slowly first. So you start off with 3 downstrokes and then an upstroke. So, and when you do these downstrokes, try to mainly focus on the bass notes of your guitar, so the A, E, and the D string. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And then when you go to the next chord, you first do an upstroke, and then a down, 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 up. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, like that. And then when you go to the second part of the chord progression, it goes like this. Then he starts singing. So the second part, you can do it in 2 ways. You can do only downstrokes. Like that. So after 3 downstrokes on the bass notes of the chord, you could say you can play the entire chord. So that's one way to do it, and the other way is a bit more tricky. It's harder to explain, but it's alternating between down and upstroke. So down, 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 up, down, down, something like that. Down, 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 up, what I just said. Down, 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 up, down, down, down. Down, 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 up, down, down. Yeah, there's not really a fixed strumming pattern. Just do whatever goes easiest for you. And then at the part where you start singing, that goes like this. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. So that goes 4 downstrokes at the beginning. So. Like that. But again, whatever goes easiest for you. You don't have to do it exactly like this, as long as it's in the rhythm, you know. You can also do only downstrokes, and then you go to the D7 chord. And yes, this sort of riff within the chord, it goes. Be very aware of the timing of this, so. But the strumming pattern besides that for this D chord is the same as for the A minor 7. So then for the next part, that part, the strumming pattern again you can vary. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'll try to explain. So down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. You can do that, or down, 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 up, down, down. You can just vary around with it, just as long as it's in the rhythm again. And then you go to the chorus. I'll play it first and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Again, it's the same strumming pattern as the beginning, so down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So then we can move on to the riffs, which are a bit tricky as well, but I'll try to help you. So the first one is again, you need to use your pinky quite a bit. So the first notes are. And when you're doing this, try to have your ring finger already at the 3rd fret of the B string, so you can go easily from. There's no really use doing it like this, it's too tricky. You can also do it like this, and then that works as well. But I recommend you to do it like this because it's very useful to get strength in your pinky like this. So, and again, moving your guitar more vertical might help, not entirely vertical, but more to this side. So when you go from this note, from these notes, you do sort of a slide. You don't have to do the slide. You can also do like that. It might be easier. If you want to do the slide, it goes like this. And you repeat that. Then when you go to the next part, you should switch your fingers. The place where your middle finger is at that moment, you have to place your ring finger there. So then you can do. So you go. So then you have this. Then you have these notes. And then when you go to the next note, you again switch your ring finger with your pinky. So I'll do that from the beginning. You see that? I'm switching my middle finger with my pinky. And at the end he does in the studio version. In the live version he just plays. So you don't have to necessarily play this. That might be tricky as well to do. So you can do. Or. And you do that by stretching your index finger over the 7th fret. Not relative to the capo. Like that. And then a more easier riff starts for the verses, which goes. So just stretching your fingers, your index finger over the G, B and the E string. Like that. And then a bit more tricky part starts, so the pre-chorus. I'll first play it and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Like that. So it's a bit difficult to hear, but try to play along with me. You have to place your middle finger on the 11th fret, as you can see the tabs, and your ring finger on the 10th fret. So you can slide to that place, you don't have to. So for this part you already have your ring finger near the 12th fret of the B string. Then you repeat. And there you go. You can do two things. You can do it like this. Or the second part, where you play the 12th fret of the G string, you can do. But maybe this is a bit easier. So then you go from the start again. I'll do it slowly. Like that. So the tabs might look a bit confusing, but if you keep this rhythm of do 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 in your head, then it will help a lot with figuring out what to do, I think. Because that rhythm sort of repeats itself throughout this entire riff. So then you have the tabs of the chorus, which aren't too tricky. You can start off with the side again, you don't have to. So when you do, your ring finger's already sort of close to the spot that you want to go, your 10th fret of the B string. So and when you go from this, you can keep your ring finger at the same spot, at the same snare, you know, you can keep it on the snare. So then everything repeats itself, only the notes of the pre-chorus change a bit. I'll play it first slowly and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Like that. So you alternate between the 5th fret and the 7th fret at the first part. You can also play this note with your ring finger. And then you alternate the bottom string again, but then with your pinky and ring finger. Like that. Very nice simple riff. So that's how to play the song. I want to give a huge thank you to Timothy and to Davina for donating to my PayPal, as well as a huge thank you to Mike and Asuda for becoming a patron. That really helps me out as well. And I really hope to see all of you the next time. Bye bye.